welcome to Pokemon D&D!
What up? It's your boy GoldCrow with the.
I'm like the rest of the YouTube. Everyone on YouTube just randomly became my boy, like, I think 4 years ago.
It's your boy.
My boy Guzma.
It's your boy Guzma here with another legit food review.
Yeah, I know. Some people say like Let's Play is kind of like bottom of the barrel. I think food reviews, like no, not food reviews, like soda pop drinking reviews and like junk food reviews. That's bottom of the barrel.
You can just barely see the oh no on the
Yeah. Just barely see it. Yeah.
Oh well,
Also,
I tried.
I am drawing a flaming banana. I just realized what I am drawing at the moment, and I am drawing a flaming banana that is flying forwards.
banana bomb.
Awesome. Well, on our last,
already.
I was just about to do that before you cut me off. Anyway, on our last episode, our Dark Heroes with Mimikyu and Sora and their bodyguard, Audric, the Charmeleon, traveled through the Dungeon of Seasons and participated in Seedra slaying, tree climbing, shoveling, and what was one room boring? I don't remember it. Oh yeah, they just kind of walked over. That one was boring. As
I remember that. I remember my first day in Shock Scouts. Shock Scouts. It was a thing where just young electric Pokemon they go on summer outings.
as well as Lucius and Rodney had an encounter with their pal Discord, the Clefable, a member of the elusive Chaos Guild, who kind of stealth threatened Lucius and on the other hand warned him about this being the stomping ground for legendary Pokemon, in which they found out as they entered the door and found a Regis that proceeded to I think you all know what happened. It wiped the floor with them, the ice rink with them. But the last Mon standing, well, actually there's a few, but the last relevant Mon standing was Henry, who managed to finish off their adversary in a blaze of glory. And our heroes exited the dungeon and are presumably on the shore of Naginata as their bodyguard, Audric, had told them. And so we start off. You're kind of on like this rocky shoreline. What you see around you is just kind of this. You see these rocks kind of go out around the coast. You see you see the ocean, you assume. When you look behind you on the island you are on, you see kind of these great walls, these great red and white and yellow walls kind of forming this barrier around this area. You could hear the sound of like drums maybe coming from this area. You could sort of see a pathway that leads to it looks like it leads to like a small little village you can see off into the distance. But other than that, everyone is accounted for. Everyone is kind of feeling weak right now, except for Lucius and Audric and Mimikyu. You are all, I think, pretty low HP, so that too. And that's where you stand.
Did we make it? I can't believe we made it.
We made it, and there are drums playing.
Did we make it?
Are you sure those are the drums, or are those just my ears ringing?
I don't know.
Just a second. Oh, no, wait, never mind. Sorry, somebody's sound is off.
Oh,
Never mind. It's not us. It's somebody in the chat. Just make sure. Chat, you can hear all of us, right?
yeah, they're mentioning drums, so I assume they are.
Okay, yeah, it's probably just somebody in the chat who had their sound off, then never mind. Carry on.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Finding Team Charm, I suppose.
Yes.
I imagine that we should check out that village first, see what's there.
No, we shouldn't, says Audric. We need to lay low for a while to make sure the one pursuing him, pointing to Henry, didn't follow us.
Do you got a good spot for us to lay low? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but all of us are inches from death right now.
We should move down the coastline and see if we can find somewhere to set up a camp. Besides, everyone looks a little wet, too. So maybe we can get a fire going.
Very well. Let's move down the coast then.
All right. Yeah, so you just kind of go away from the village over to a little you could still see the walls, but you're kind of going farther and farther away from the village. And eventually you just kind of happen upon this like little outcropping of a hill and kind of the rocky shore. I think this place will do.
All right. Aaron, let's duck in.
Okay.
Wait, who's keeping watch?
Well, it's still actually morning. Kind of found this.
Just resting a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so do you want to do anything in downtime, or are you just guys gonna just rest and maybe chat amongst yourselves until the night comes, or?
I would teach our bushy friend dueling, except for I don't think either one of us can stand up for very long.
Well, okay, so yeah, two things. One, he was afflicted by that Salandit 2 sessions ago, so he's really not in primed strength right now. And two is, it looks like he's pretty banged up from that fight.
So are we all sitting down in the alcove right now?
Yeah. And Audric gets a fire going. And he says to you, you should dry your things off next to this.
Yeah, we should.
And he pulls off his tattered robe and he hangs it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna dry my stuff.
Can we see his mega stone?
Yeah, Lucius caught a glimpse of it before, but it's just like, it looks like Lucius knows it's an emerald, but it looks like it's worth a lot, and it's just kind of like strung around his neck.
For all to see now.
Yeah, everyone can see it at this point if he took off his things. Are you guys taking off your Your other,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Just kind of,
At least take the bandana off my head for a little bit.
yeah. It's,
Considering what place I have been at the last 4 years, this is actually probably more comfortable.
You know, Kev. This reminds me of a rather interesting time I had. An interesting time I had in theater. Oh, okay, I'll not talk about that. It's something that has nothing to do with this. It won't relate to the story at all. I'll just
Oh
don't
yeah, really?
yeah.
You were
It won't.
interesting me for 1 second.
It's I was just I was just like going off of like of something. I was thinking of another throwaway line, but I couldn't think of anything, so I just stopped. God, I'm usually so good at this. Why haven't I?
All right, time to go look at the 2x box.
oh, okay. Yeah. You could pop that open and there's double what you put in there when you open it up. I hope you kept track of what you put in there.
Yeah, so now that it's doubled, we'll have 100 gold and 50 silver.
Yep. Your eyes sparkle as you as you do your little magic trick and open this box.
Kira 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 meku.
Money.
Well, I guess Mr. DM or whoever he wasn't lying.
Audric says Team Charm will probably be here in the next 3 days, and I'm going to pass you off to them.
So
yeah?
we have to wait out
What will
here
we
for
doing in the
3
meantime?
days.
Just a day.
What are we gonna do in the meantime?
I don't know.
I guess we'll spend the next 3 days having a little bit of fun.
Well, I'm gonna help Sora do some training when we're not feeling like dead.
I've been to Naginata before. I might know some things.
And you're the only one who does, I'd imagine.
Well,
I've certainly never been to this place in my life during my entire shipping career.
all right. I didn't know you liked creating relationships. I didn't know you created relationships as a career.
Not that kind of ship, you freaking buffoon.
I think Ironforge maybe shipped some tools or stuff to them, but I was never a part of that, and we ship a lot of places, so it's not like that matters that much.
Do a history check, Lucius.
Okay. Let's see. My history is what I thought it was. First roll of the session. How bad is it gonna 10 or 11?
You do. You've heard you ship to this place, but you don't really know what they. You directly. Well, you know you ship something. That's all you really know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So about what I was saying.
Yeah.
I guess Dice Parser wanted to give exactly what I was saying. Yeah, I know we ship things here, but I don't know what. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but I doubt that connection is enough to really do much around here.
Yes.
Audric says they make a very different kind of weapon here than what you're used to.
Ooh. Yes, foreign weapons.
What they make they're a little deadlier, actually. It's like a stick with a pointy piece of iron on the end.
Ah, yes. The Naginata. I wasn't even in character there. I was just saying the Naginata.
The Naginata stick.
Stick with pointy piece of iron at the end. That's a Naginata, yeah.
The Naginata spike.
Anyway, we should probably rest in the meantime.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, no one else has anything else they want to do while you're in this state?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go up to Sora and I'm going to say, Sora, I'm sorry.
He just kind of, he doesn't say anything. He's acknowledging you. He's just kind of there shivering.
Yeah. Warm up as best as you can. And then I'm going to move back.
All right. Give me an insight check.
Okay, I'm making all the rolls.
Yeah.
Only you know this one sucked. Oh, oops. Typing anything. 11 again.
Okay, you could sense he feels conflicted. But you don't really know about what. Whether it be you, whether it be it him, you don't really know.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is anyone doing anything else? That's all I was gonna say. I'll take.
Not really. No, I'm not doing.
All right.
Unless you just want to talk.
Top one priority, get the HPs back.
All right.
Yes, the top one priority is to.
Are we at a
recover.
point where it would be wise for me to use second wind now? Or would it just all restore?
Well, you're gonna go into the night, and if you think you're gonna be attacked in the night, well,
I'll do a second wind. Let's go.
all right. D10.
Just in case.
D10 plus your fighter level, which is 5, I believe.
Yep.
7 HP. It goes back to you. So you, I don't know, breathe heavily and
80.
or don't cats purr to heal themselves. Maybe you're purring.
Cats don't purr to heal themselves. They purr as a sign for affection.
I'm
Yeah,
also
exactly.
going to give 5 HP to myself, Henry, Rodney, and Sora.
All right, everyone.
Lay on hands.
Yeah, mark that down as Lucius just walks around smacking people.
Hey, Lucius is much more gentle than that.
Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah. Will.
What just happened?
Oh, you got 5 HP back, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
5.
cool.
Yeah. All right. So, unless there's any objections, we're gonna go into kind of the evening.
Not unless you want to talk, but I guess people are not good with improv here.
Yeah.
I hardly think so.
Oh no, I'm usually good with improv. I'm not in a good place to improv right now because I'm busy with what I'm drawing right now as well. So it's
Okay,
I'm
good.
multitasking.
Because Roland's not a very good talker.
Okay. As we hit nighttime, Audric says to you, "Well, I haven't seen your pursuer anywhere yet, but we're gonna be going into the night, and I understand I've pushed myself a little, and my sight might not be what it usually is right now. So I'm gonna ask you four to maybe keep watch with me throughout the night."
Yeah, we can this area is open, so we can probably easily just take shifts.
Yeah.
Very well.
Do you want to take a shift, Sora?
No, I rather sleep.
Okay. That's probably a good idea. I want to sleep too.
I think we all do want to sleep.
All right.
Yeah, but we need to take at least a bit. We'll still get the benefits.
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
got enough people here. We just
He-
need, we
he
just
won't.
need to-
Audric won't. He's gonna stay up all night again. Okay, so who's gonna go first?
We'll probably do something similar where we do
I vote Henry.
we do like Lucius, Rodney, Raffa, then Henry.
So it's gonna be Lucius first.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney,
Yeah.
and then Henry. Did you say?
Raffa, then Henry.
Rafa. Henry's last. Okay.
I'm lost because I'm the one who's the most in danger.
Need your sleep. Okay. So you're just all gonna get comfortable and try to sleep, except Lucius.
I need my beauty sleep, I tell you.
I literally
Okay.
just said that 5 seconds ago.
I mean, I might ask Audric about that necklace he has.
You gonna approach him about it, or are you gonna?
I mean, we're just gonna be keeping watch, and let's just be like. So, if you don't mind my
Oh.
asking,
Well,
So yeah,
where'd you get
Rodney's
that
gonna
from?
do it during her shift.
or Rafa.
Yes, Raffa's gonna do it during her shift.
All right. So, but it's Lucius first, right? So I got this understanding. Okay. All right. So you kind of got these you got these two logs kind of sitting parallel to a fire while everyone's kind of off in their little. I think they have bedrolls. We have something maybe, or maybe they're just using a rock as a pillow.
Or
I
maybe
think we all have bedrolls.
cold hard ground.
Yeah. But you and Audric are just kind of sitting there watching your clothes dry, and he says to you, Lucius, "Where did you get that?" Pointing to your necklace. He's not. He says it more like matter of factly, but he says, "Where did you get that?"
From my hometown.
You
It
have
was given to me by a friend of mine.
you have a lot of guts carrying that around. That's if the wrong Pokemon see you carrying that, well,
Yeah, I learned that when I was on a ship, so I've been concealing it lately.
I see. And why do you run that risk of carrying it around?
Well, aside from the fact that it's a memento of my friend, something to help me remind myself of her, I also use it to just remind myself of my roots and hope I don't make the same mistakes as I did in the past.
He seems to kind of like be deliberating something. But he kind of like snaps out of it and says, "Well, I guess that's a good reason."
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it isn't worth the risk, but I don't think I could just so easily part with it.
You're carrying some other stuff too, like that armband too, but you don't conceal that.
Armband? What?
You're the ruby one.
Oh. Oh shoot, I don't conceal it.
Remember how we met, Lucius?
Oh, yeah. Fair point. I should probably conceal that unless I need to. Thanks for the reminder.
Don't mention it. Must be a pretty great story behind that one.
A pretty dangerous one, if you ask me.
Well, most stories contain a bit of danger. That's why they're interesting.
Yes, absolutely.
Says Henry in his sleep.
Like that one time I broke half of my plug. I'd rather not talk about that.
Henry, you're asleep.
He's sleep talking.
I went to Naginata once.
Yeah,
It's
though.
canon now that he sucks in his sleep.
Anyways.
Yes, it's more like one time I broke half of.
Anyway.
Anyways.
He just kind of looks over at, like, Henry.
Yeah. But sometimes I worry that the risk is too great. That, like the last fight, I fell down so quickly and I just couldn't protect anybody. We all nearly died, and I couldn't do a thing about it.
Suppose that happened. What would you do then? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know what I'd do. Probably wouldn't be able to live anymore. If I'm not a protector, then who am I?
He says, no, that's the easy way out.
What?
That's the easy way out. You have to keep going.
I suppose I've heard that before, but if something does happen and everybody dies around me, then how can I keep along seeing all the horror I did?
Well, again, hypothetical. Imagine if that did happen. You're not just going to fall over dead. Are you going to take your own life?
No, I can't. I have a friend waiting for me back home.
Then, like I said, you go on.
Moving on's really hard, though. My friend once told me that just like the sun rises in the day to dispel the darkness, that life will move on regardless of what tragedies you fall through, but I wish I could just move on like that. I wish I could just leave things behind and let it all go, but if I just so simply move on, then what's stopping me from making the same mistakes again?
It's not like that. Your mistakes aren't something owed. You do the right thing is because who you are.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Atoning for your mistakes is not something owed. You do what you can because that's who you are. You should never look at it like that. You can't wash away your past. Believe me, I know.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not easy. But doing the right thing is never easy. That's why it's the right thing.
What if, hypothetically speaking, you're stuck in a choice where the right thing will cause people you want to protect, people you swore to protect, people who you want to see again, will cause them all to disappear in front of your eyes?
Then you search for an alternative.
Okay. That sounds difficult, but I made a promise to find the answer of who I am. I know I've searched the past so many times that I know the answer doesn't lie there, but I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid of what the future holds.
Well, you should stop worrying about the future. Take life one step at a time.
Okay. I'll take your advice to heart.
All right. Is that all you want to talk about? Because perception roll is in your future if you don't.
Yeah, that's all I want to talk about.
All right. So since you're helping him too, you're both gonna. Well, actually, you could. Well, he is exhausted, so you just get to do a straight up perception roll.
Okay.
He's technically helping you, but he's exhausted at the same time, so I don't think he's. I don't know how that interaction works.
Sorry.
2. Excellent. Okay.
We got murdered.
We got murdered.
Okay.
Murder is something that happens. Yay.
Your shift is over, Lucius. And something happened. Okay, you're gonna go and shake Rodney and get him up.
Yeah.
All right, Rodney, you're up.
All right, lookout time.
All right.
You want me to just roll, or you
Oh.
don't have any story for me?
Okay, Mr. Demand.
No. If you didn't think of anything, I guess I will just make a perception check.
Oh, wait. No. I make the calls here, okay? Now you just made it awkward when he does say something. But yeah, you sit on the log, watching, looking up at the stars. It's looks like a pretty clear night, actually. And then he eventually says, to you, Rodney, if you don't mind me asking, why did you change your name? I was under the impression your name was Roland, but you prefer to be called Rodney.
You mean you have no idea what happened?
No, I'm only aware of your name.
That's a very funny story, that. Takes me back so many years, like, who knows, maybe 7 years? I've lost track. Well, basically, I was part of the explorer team once. We were meant to become the greatest explorers of all time, but that didn't exactly work out too well. With us trying to get at the Wigglytuff, it's a long story, I can't really go into it, but the point is, I ended up getting a really bad reputation, and I just want to keep my distance from it. Although, given how people seem to recognize my name all the time during the past 2 weeks, I'm starting to reconsider that.
So why not embrace who you are?
Because the person that I was before is the person who I'd never want to be ever again. I was such a complete jerk. Then again, the partner that I was with was such a jerk too, but I probably was the jerk among all jerks.
But
It's not a really happy memory.
but changing your name won't. Never mind.
Changing my name won't change anything? Oh, of course. I know that. But you just gotta bury that past and just have to keep moving forward. Actually, my original plan was just to move to Wiley Town and live a quiet life from here on in. But, you know, life intervenes.
So why do you keep going then?
Why do I keep going one step at a time?
Why do you keep going with these people if you just wanted a quiet life? You saw what happened in that dungeon. That was anything but quiet.
I'm not sure if Adventure called me, but I guess Adventure wanted to call me at this particular moment in time. Besides, it's come too far to turn back now. It's either that, or something really bad is gonna happen.
So I've heard.
So you've heard?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's the reason. Because it's far too important to back out now. After this is taken care of, then I'll go back to a private life.
Sorry for me prodding. I was just curious, that's all.
Oh, no. I have gotten over it a whole long time ago. It's fine. I can look back on it and laugh.
All right.
So-
Oh, what?
You want to mention your mysterious backstory?
My mysterious backstory. You're saying this like it's some kind of storybook or play.
Well, I guess. But, both of us that came and, yeah. So, you gonna explain your story or not? Because I explained mine.
Well, as I said, I'd rather not get into it.
Alright. I won't prod you or anything. I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. I'd like to, but I can't.
Alright. I won't say anything more. I'll make a perception check now.
Okay. Yeah, just give it a roll.
Please roll better than I did.
Yeah.
If you roll a 1, we definitely die.
All right. You
Wow.
Look at that.
you don't see anything happen into the night. You just hear the delala whoops of the cricketots and then or cricketoon, sorry.
Cricketoon chirps are the most annoying sound in the world.
Oh, some Pokemon think they're soothing. Okay, you're gonna go grab Raffa now?
I'll do that, and I hope that the chirping will not keep me up at night. Hey, Raffa, wake up. It's your turn now.
It was actually
Okay.
like the cricketoons that woke her up. All right.
What do the cricket tunes even do during the day?
They just keep on wooing. They woo in shifts.
Just like what you guys are doing.
Like prairie dogs.
Yeah. All right. Your watch starts, Raffa.
So, where did you get that green emerald from? Lucius has a pink one, you have a green one, Rodney has a magic box thingy.
Oh. The story behind this isn't that exciting. It's just I just keep it around my neck because I found it somewhere.
Well, everyone needs some kind of a treasure, I suppose.
Okay. Well, when I was younger, there was a point I used to delve in mystery dungeons like an explorer. And I was sent on a treasure hunting mission. It was my first time doing a job alone. But the ruins of an ancient civilization of Pokemon was discovered. And naturally, finding the treasure vault among those ruins was crucial. Unfortunately, because I was doing this alone, another group beat me to the treasure hoard. By the time I found the treasure vault, The whole thing had been cleared out top to bottom. I already had so much on my mind. Failing the mission made the sting even worse. But as I walked out with my head hung, I noticed something in the dirt. There was a rock on the ground with a small glimmer of green peeking out of it. I picked up the rock to discover it wasn't a rock at all. It was this emerald covered in so much dust it looked like an ordinary stone. The Pokemon who cleaned out the vault must have left it behind thinking that too. Gems like these are pretty valuable, so I reported it back to the one who sent me on the mission, and they said I should keep it. And so I did. I kept it. I never sold it to use it as a reminder that sometimes looking past the surface, that there could be something one of a kind and special underneath. Something very precious. He's kind of like looking into it, very forlorn.
It's a good thing to remember. I think our little green friend over there wonders similar things.
Yes, I've noticed. He seems to hold some contempt with his abilities.
Well, hopefully I can help him find some of that potential he has.
You intend to train him?
That's the idea.
Well, you do know some, as harsh as it may sound, some Pokemon just weren't made to fight in the capacity you're thinking of.
Well, if you don't think he can, what do we do for him then?
Well, protect him. Do your best to protect him.
But I feel like the best way I can do that is to help him protect himself.
Oh, well, you could do that, but let's be honest here. He's not a fighter. But, like I said, I don't mean to sound harsh.
Well, I'll figure something out.
But there is a question I've been meaning to ask you.
Why does this door keep slamming?
I was under the impression that there was a Piplup named Rain supposed to be among this group, but instead it's you.
What are you trying to imply?
I'm just wondering where this Rain is, or if he even exists.
The last I saw him was in a mystery dungeon. We turned around and there was no more rain.
So he was among you, but you lost him.
You must have been sent out to follow us quite some time ago if you did not know that I was here. Which means you were sent for them once they left on the Bruiser.
Never mind. I just wanted to confirm whether this Piplup existed or not.
He's not the first one that magically disappeared.
Who else?
The other person disappeared just a day before, and her name was Nocturne.
Girlfriend.
She's with the.
Does he always do that?
He only does it when it's plot convenient.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm normally sleeping.
Because that's another thing. I was under the impression also that there was a Meloetta named Nocturne with you.
That's correct, but the only person who knew that was Lucius's contact. I assume that she contacted you.
I have my ways of getting information.
So that's the excuse he's going with, huh?
Anyway,
We have a very interesting way of getting information. It appears that the only thing in this entire setup that you did not have foreknowledge of was me. You knew the dungeon, the people, the Piplup, the Meloetta. Did you know about Sora too? I imagine not.
yes, I know about him. I also know he's a human.
This is the key item.
How?
Damn it, Raph.
So, if you know so much, there's only one other thing that we haven't shown you that I bet you already know.
And what's that?
One of the main reasons we've come to Naginata against my own instinct.
What's that?
I'm sure you're aware of Niflheim.
Yes, I am.
Are you aware of how to get through it?
I plan to take you there.
So you know what we're carrying then, and why we're at Naginata.
No, I don't.
Well, you can't get in without a key. I assumed that you would have known that we had the keys if you already knew Sora was a human, because we read an inscription. Well, we found information that said, well, Sora was told he was half of something. We figure Nocturne could be the other one, or maybe it was just another human altogether.
Let me put it this way. I know the directions on your journey. I don't know what you're doing on your journey.
I wish I could learn as much as you have had in such a small amount of time.
Trust me, you don't. Give me a perception roll, Raffa.
Oh, I almost wrote it in the wrong chat.
Maybe you'll get that. Oh, another good one. All right. The night goes by. The Cricketoons have stopped. Presumably someone like beat them up or something and to get a good night's sleep.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And Henry is screaming things in his sleep. Are you gonna go wake him up?
No. That's.
I know.
Guy
I'm.
Naginata,
Oh yeah. Throwing rocks at them. Are you gonna wake him up, Raffa? You're gonna be the one to rouse him awake and shock yourself. It's like when you touch a cat when you're like on a carpet and it shocks up. Just that big. All right, Henry. You are awakened by a black and red cat.
Ah!
Well, that's a
Ah!
beautiful morning sound.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
All right. Well, you park your butt on the log, and your watch continues. So Audric keeps kind of looking at you. He does that thing where he's like staring at you, but then when you look at him, he looks away. I have a question.
What is your question?
What do you think of this group?
This group, well, though I may have my qualms with some of them, I've had my bad moments. I enjoy adventuring with them. Quite legitimately, yes.
Would you ever intentionally hurt them?
No!
No. Okay, his odd questions warrant an insight check.
What, it took this long for you to finally have someone make an insight check on it?
We find out he's 1,000 years old.
An insight check. Well, the insight check is...
Wisdom.
Yeah, I know. And since it's with my special bardness, +4.
Okay.
Oh! Wow!
Jeebus. Okay.
Wow!
So you get like this, you pick up on a ton of emotions. You get the impression he hates you. But at the same time, he doesn't hate you. Another emotion is he sympathizes with you.
Okay.
You could sense he's being earnest, protecting you. And that's pretty much it. It's like an emotion sandwich you can pick up from this guy. Extra sauce.
Extra sauce.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. Very well.
All right. Oh.
Perception time?
Yeah, perception time if you don't want to converse with him.
So, Audric, I have a question.
Oh, what's your question?
The green gemstone. What is with that? What's with the green gemstone that you have? Looks to be of a barrel of some sort, an emerald, one would say.
He relays kind of the same story he told Raffa.
Very well.
How he found it in a treasure hoard that was cleaned out.
Now, how much would you say that would be worth on the market? Just a little bit. Just asking for a friend. No, nothing in particular.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. It's not for sale.
Very well.
All right. Make a perception roll, Henry. It was 21. Okay, you got 3 goods and 1 bad. So your night was...
I suppose Lucius being not very perceptive is Par for the course.
Yeah.
One can make light with their fingers, and the other two can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it. He could just create the little dancing Henrys.
He makes like the spotlights you see in the Forsaken Fortress.
No, it's the little dancing Henry lights.
Like-
We've established this already.
All right, so we're going to go to the next day. And
Right.
unless you want to do anything else on this coast in the next 3 days when Team Charm is expected to arrive and escort you into the town proper, do you want to just fast travel to that day, or are we going to do anything between then?
Can we not have fun?
Can we go get our kimonos?
Oh,
We have to meet Team Charm first.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
kind of,
fine. We're gonna have to.
that kind of requires Naginata. I think aside from Raffa's training of Sora, whether or not that happens, I don't think any of the rest of us for
Okay, I'm going to ask this. How are you going to train him, Raffa?
I'm basically going to show him the ways of dueling. So essentially, find like a stick or something, show him the footwork, how you move, how you interact with it, especially when you don't have any hands.
Okay. We're going to do an intelligence check for our dear Sora. See if he picks up this. So I'm just going to do... What's his modifier here? Not that good. It's just a straight 0. So I'm going to roll a d20. He has to get 15, and he'll pick it up if he gets a 15. So here goes! No.
10.
he's like
No.
he's like trying to duel you, but then it just like flies off when he swings it and stuff. Ah.
Meanwhile, Henry's like playing battle music in the background.
All right, so
I mean, Lucius is busy contemplating what Ulrich said to him.
Me too.
all right, so we're just going to
It's gonna be like, Roland. Hey guys, does Roland have a good ring to it, or?
What? I don't
Well,
know.
it rolls off the tongue.
Well, either way, I'll still just call you Cat.
I thought I just asked. Seems like people just take my name and just roll with it.
Yes, Roland with the punches.
well, it is the first syllable, says Sora.
This might not help you, but the name Roland means famous throughout the land, whereas the name Rodney is similar, based off the name of an island that had fame for it. So both your names mean someone looking for fame at the very least.
Well,
Either way, either one works basically for the same thing.
doesn't exactly help when I'm known for infamous things.
My name means home.
Guess I will have to come up with a different name then. Louis? No, sounds too goofy. No, that's the more dorky-ish. I'll have to think about that. Whatever, it's just Roland Rodney just seems a bit too similar, you know? I'll think about it.
Yes.
All right, so
Oh,
oh.
alarm on my phone is
So
It's just
we're gonna fast forward 2 more days, if that's all right.
Okay.
All right, and on the morning of this day, you see a boat heading in from the ocean.
Can we tell where that boat's heading?
It's heading towards. It looks like it's heading towards kind of like the other side of the island, so it kind of.
Well, everybody, I think that's where Team Charm is, so I think we should all head that way and see where we need to meet them.
All right. You all go there, and I'm going to stay here for your duration here. I hope you find what you're looking for inside that city. You could feel safe inside those city walls because their defenses are second to none. So I don't think your assailant will be getting in there anytime soon. But at the same time, you not being on that boat will infuriate them. So we need another means of getting off this island. Which I shall do while you finish your journey in Naginata.
Okay. Gotcha. So we'll meet you back here once we're done then.
Mm-hmm. You kind of grab your things off the drying stick and
I mean, I would assume we'd grab those things a long time ago, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all packed up. He's just kind of sitting there on his log.
We're all healed up, I suppose, too. Yeah?
Yeah. And you're all full spells, full HP. You're healed of Entropy's poison. You're all good.
Also, I'm going to have my necklace concealed under my jacket, and my bracelet is going to be hidden within my bag.
All right. So I was gonna say, oh yeah, okay. You're just kind of leaving Audric behind, and he just looks like a weird homeless person as you leave him.
I guess while we're on the way to pick up Team Charm, I'm just like going through names in my head. It's like I'm mumbling out loud, like, Andrew? No. Jason? No. Theodore? Put that in the back of my mind.
Carter? Carter could work.
No, that's stupid.
Oh, so blunt. You make your way to kind of where the dock is, and it's kind of still arriving as you walk up. And as it docks, you could see the entrance to this town, so to speak. It has these great, like, red walls kind of towering over you. So Audric wasn't lying when he said the defenses are pretty good. I guess flying Pokemon could get in if something's not defending the top of them. But you see Pokemon disembark the ship at the dock. And eventually, your 3 femme fatales walk out. They look to be like kind of heading towards the town. They haven't seen you yet because you're kind of like off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
All right, we'll just sneak up behind them.
We'll approach them.
To notice us.
Sneak behind them or
I'm
approach.
approaching them.
Okay, they're kind of like walking along all bubbly and stuff, but then they see you and they kind of like do a little bit of a double take. Oh, you actually got here.
Yeah, we did.
Surprisingly, yes.
So there was a mystery dungeon that led here?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
But it's, I wouldn't recommend it as a means of conventional travel, let's just say.
Yes. It was a rather interesting dungeon filled with many tricks and switches and the changing of seasons, interestingly.
I think they get the idea.
Protected with an iron fist, to say the least.
Where's where's your mysterious new friend? Where'd he go off to?
He's
Went off
just
to do some other nonsense, I guess.
Doing some research to get us off the island. I guess we're not going out the same way we got in, and he still doesn't trust the boat.
Huh.
Ah,
I don't see how he's gonna get you off the island, but I mean,
Yeah,
he
but
got
then
you
again-
here.
yeah. I was just about to say he managed to get us here, so
Anyways, we're here now. You're gonna show us what Naginata is like now? I'm excited.
Oh, well, we have to wait in line first. And she points over to this kind of like big line of Pokemon getting ready to enter the city.
Wait, in a line? Wait, I didn't realize customs would be this tricky.
Oh, yes, yes. Foreigners are, let's say they have to go through a little bit of a process before entering the city. But don't worry, it should be quick. What you notice, what you kind of notice as you look at this gate, there's two Hitmontops, you know, those kind of like humanoid guys with the kind of, it has a tail that looks like a leg and a little spike on its head.
A shadow version of it has the ability to one-shot Pikachu.
Yeah. Edgy fan game. But
gonna-
it's holding like a stick, a large stick with a an iron end, the pointy iron end, as Audric mentioned earlier.
I lean towards Team Charm and I can be like, hey, if I get stopped, you'll vouch for me, right?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. This is a foreign country. Whatever you did in the grass continent doesn't matter anything here.
Okay, I trust you.
Yeah. Okay, so you hop in line and goes along.
In other words, Rodney says.
Rodney says.
Okay, I believe you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this line goes at a kind of a steady pace, and you eventually get to these Hitmontops, and they're spinning around, like handing something out as you look out in the line. But when it gets to you, they're like kind of spinning around, like for you, the intention of grabbing something. And each of you get an envelope with a little ribbon tied around it.
Wait, do we open this?
Oh, no,
Is that
you
meant
did.
to be
That's an Otoshidama. You don't open it till you're about to leave, Naginata. It's bad luck if you open it too early, says Lofa.
Oh,
Toshidama.
All right. Well, considering my luck is pretty terrible, I think I'll wait to open it then.
All right. So you are as you kind of go through these gates. Well, some other Pokemon are behind you or waiting to get in. You get like a culture overload here. You see these like kind of lanterns hung up. These like paper lanterns hung up by a string. There's lots of them too. Looks like there's a lot of like street vendors all over the place. There's you see trees with these kind of like pink flowers in them. Yeah, and there's a lot of streets, so you can go anywhere.
I played enough of Persona Q's fourth dungeon to know where this is going.
Ah,
it's like Ekritique.
The first thing I'm like is
yes, like Ekritique City.
The
I'm
thing
taking
that
it
doesn't
all.
exist in this universe.
Yeah. That's where the
God.
ghost type gym leader Morty is. Who's Morty?
All right.
I don't know.
Rodney has something to say.
All right, Rodney was saying the thing.
I look at all of this and I get the culture shock head on and I'm like, whoa.
You also
This is
notice
beautiful.
some Pokemon garbed in these weird outfits. It's like a bathrobe, but they have like kind of patterns on them.
Raffa's like inspecting one of those lanterns, just like holding it in her paws, like, is there a candle in it, or is it like Lucius's helmet? Wonder how they make this paper.
I'm too distracted by the culture shock to even bother what's happening.
And Team Charm is like, impressive, isn't it?
Yes, freaking yes.
Well, the festival proper doesn't start till tomorrow, but if you've noticed, there's a Pokemon garbed in those outfits, and it's kind of customary for everyone to wear it during the New Year's celebrations. But we'll be getting ours first, of course. We'll put in a good word for you, though, so you could just walk in and get it. It's from... You should be able to get it from... They see a map on the ground. Ah, here's one of these.
There's just a map on the ground.
Yeah, there's a map on the ground. It looks like litter. We'll be...
Looks like glitter.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, actually, if you've seen like any mall or any place where there's a lot of public people, maps on the ground that have been littered are honestly really commonplace.
She points to a kind of a circled area on the map. You want to go there. We'll tell them you're coming. And don't worry, the kimono is on us. For all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you.
Does anyone want to mark the
What
circle?
what about Mimikyu?
6 is Mimikyu.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
So
it is.
Audric left us already.
We didn't
What
leave
about
this...
Sora?
Sora is involved in 6. We
are
have
four-
6 people right now, people.
Ah,
I thought you left out someone. No, they got everyone.
7 people for a while.
Yeah, all right.
It's just I think we're the only 2 people who can count.
But for now, you should just enjoy the town. See you later.
Oh yeah, I will.
And they kind of walk off.
Did they give us the map or?
Yeah, handed it to Raffa.
Okay. Well, a place like this is probably too large for all of us to go exploring on our own, so,
Oh, don't worry about that. Where do we start?
Raffa, when you look at the map, you notice it's in a language you're not familiar with.
We might want to start with the kimonos because I can't read.
Henry, you can read it.
I can read.
You can
Okay.
Listen,
read this.
I know how to read this language.
You can actually read this nonsense.
Roughly speaking, I got a bit rusty, but I know. Listen, you do you not understand? I have the Denki Dama that's named after a variation of a technique that is in the Naginata language.
So that's what that weirdness was called. Oh, so that's where you got it.
All right. So let's take a look here.
So you see a bunch of points of interest. There's an area called King's Palace, but it says restricted next to it.
There's the King's Palace, but that's restricted.
There's Sacred Garden, but that's restricted.
The Sacred Garden is also restricted.
There is an inn.
There's an inn that's not restricted.
There's a festival registration.
There's a place for festival registration right there.
There is a hot spring.
Ah, yes, hot springs. Hot springs. Something Naginata is famous for.
I'm laughing for something that nobody's going to get. Just ignore me.
Okay. There is also a... You can see the vendor, the like kind of street vendors, but you're kind of standing in front of that. So.
Oh yeah, we're standing in front of the the general place where street vendors are. So yeah.
And that seems to be all the points of interest you can really see on there for tourists.
Those are really the only touristy places. There are like residences and other types of places, but that's it.
Got it. So, where do we start?
Well, I suppose first thing we should probably do is the festival registration.
You can tell that I'm uncharacteristically happy about this.
Okay, as you say that, Rodney, you and Lucius alone hear Roland.
You big ear boys.
Did you just hear something?
Lucky you, I don't have ears.
Oh, well. That sounds familiar. I think your little thing is calling out for you.
It seems to be coming from the north side, towards where the King's Palace and Sacred Garden is. According to the map Henry just kind of deciphered for you.
Oh, of course, the object of
course,
interest is
it
in the
has
one
to
restricted
be
spot.
in the
Well,
restricted spot.
To be fair, we don't have a certain fourth orb. And the one who doesn't have it is that guy who rolls off the tongue.
You didn't hear that, did you?
What'd you say?
Or what?
I really do not want to go over there.
To the kimono shop?
No, to
Or
the secret
the other
garden.
places Henry read?
No, to the secret gardens. Didn't you hear what? Tell me I'm not the only one who's crazy.
I heard it too.
No one else heard it.
Huh.
I think I'll just keep that in the back of my mind.
For now,
So,
we should.
Where do we go first?
For now, I think festival registration is probably a good first stop.
Yeah, let's go.
Beyond that, that'll hopefully get us at least a decent idea of what this festival's like. Afterwards, maybe we can chat with Team Charm, see if they might know anything about the palace or gardens.
All right. Rodney, give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
All right. As you're walking to the registration, your eyes kind of wander around all these Pokemon, and it's pretty loud too. It was kind of a wonder how you were able to hear that kind of faint whispering of your voice over all this, over all these festivities. They kind of like
I don't know.
blanked everything out. But as you're walking along, your eyes kind of wander over to kind of like an alleyway between buildings, and you see something strange. You see something that looks like a Meowth, but she's all black and has a very sassy smile on her face. She seems to be just like staring at you.
I can't tell if this is an Alolan or some like weird shiny.
Well, actually, no, I'll tell you after stream. This isn't important.
Or is it Galarin?
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Well, Galarian Meowth is not really black.
More of a.
It's evolution.
Galarian
kind of
Meowth is more of like a tawny color.
It's dark gray, technically.
Guys, can we hurry along? I feel like I'm being watched.
Do you think she has a crush on you?
Just move. Do not look at anything else.
Maybe she's after you.
There's all the more reason to fucking move.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go then.
All right. You go through the.
Yes, sir.
You ignore her and you head through
Yes, sir.
the street vendors. It seems like the dishes, most of them are kind of like fish, not poken, not like Goldine, just fish like salmon and.
Oh, and hey, here's a cake that looks like a fish.
There's also a you see very weird decorations too. There's what looks like it looks like a snowman, but its like head is an orange. There's like a ribbon around it. You see those all over the place.
Huh.
You also see there what looks like to be a conkelder pounding this white paste, it seems, while an Ursaring kind of helps him like mix it.
Oh.
What that?
Oh, mochi.
What's the?
But you eventually reach this this desk out in the open. It's kind of it's made out of wood. And there is like a masquerade behind it. And above it you can see it says festival registration, but only Henry can read that.
Ah, yes, festival registration.
See it? Come on, let's go over there now.
All right. I guess Henry might need to be our means of communication, but let's see what we can learn about this festival.
Okay. What are you going to do, Henry?
Okay. I've prepared this.
You're gonna have to do a translation for me because I know what you're gonna do.
Okay. Okay. So I walk up
All right.
to the people, the Pokemon starting like who are signing up the festival registration. I say
It's a masquerade.
in a very broken. I say this very broken and archaic, which I will actually say it in English so people will understand. Gladdest of tidings to you. I am the son of the great martial arts master Harold, the musician known only as Henry.
She responds to you by saying, "Oh, Harold. I know him. He's very good."
Wait,
Yeah.
does she say that in Common or Naginata?
Naginata.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Harold. Harold is like I said before, my father, and I am here with my fellow compatriots here to register in this festival. We were invited by Team Charm.
She says to you, "Which games are you registering for?"
Okay. Now to look at what these
Well,
look at what these games are.
I don't think there is an actual. I think you need to ask what the games are first.
What are the games to register? What are the games to register for? Yes. What are these games? I was never given full disclosure.
she says to the rest of you, in a foreign tongue, something you can't understand. But Henry, she's basically asked. Oh yeah, she basically said, "Are you guys entering too?"
Yes, they are, and they do not speak. And they do not speak the language.
Oh, she says in the common tongue. Don't worry, we speak the common tongue for tourists coming around this time. So if this is easier for us to communicate, I can oblige.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, yeah.
Thanks.
So we were wondering, what sort of things are we able to do in this festival?
Well, most of the events got taken up pretty fast. You should have come here earlier. But there are some spots open for the sumo. There is always the raffle. Raffle anyone could win. There's instrumental performances.
Ooh.
There is a kimono contest, but it's female only.
I'm
There
heavily disappointed.
There is a hot sauce drinking contest and a mochi pounding contest, but that requires 2.
Ooh.
And you're probably wondering the fabulous prizes available for these contests if you so happen to win.
Yeah.
Well, she goes down the list of these the prizes for the event. And basically the first prize winner gets a request from the king of Naginata. And he will do anything in his power to, as long as it's reasonable, will try to fulfill it for you. You also get grand prize items as well. So basically, these items are all going to do the same thing. For the sumo contest, you get a belt that increases your strength to 19, but it can't go beyond that, so you can't level up to 20. When you put on the belt, your strength will be 19. If you win the raffle, you get a wisdom helmet that brings your wisdom to 19, but it can't go higher. And so forth with all the other things. The instrumental performance is intelligence. The kimono contest is charisma. The hot sauce drinking contest is constitution. And the mochi pounding is dex. And there is also money prizes for second and third as well.
Well, let's try out all these events.
You're going to only have time for one event. They all go on at the same time.
Okay.
So you can either compete against each other.
Everyone, what do you think we should go for? Which event?
Yeah, let's discuss this. Okay, so let's see.
I could do the kimono contest. One of my roommates was a fashion designer. Maybe I'll have something that rubs off on me from it.
Yeah, you're the only girl in here unless we want to have me run around pretending to be a girl, but...
She says, pretending?
Yes.
This from the desk.
Hmm?
And wait a minute.
We were talking... Yeah, I thought we were talking about this away from the desk.
Oh, you went away from the desk. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not catch that. Sorry.
Yeah, so, yeah, unless we want me to pretend to be a girl, which, if I get found out, it's probably not going to go well. I think Raffa's the only one who's able to go into the kimono.
I don't know. Probably won't be too big of a problem.
I would say the kimono contest would be very ideal. Especially because of that whole charisma thing, I could use it.
I could use it, too. In fact, we both could probably use it, but,
Yes.
let's see. Wait. How does the raffle take time?
Oh, sorry. I meant the raffle does not take time. It's just buying tickets, it's just buying tickets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can all try for the raffle.
Yeah, we'll all try for the raffle, and we will enter. We will enter Raffa here into the kimono contest.
Though at the same time, I honestly feel like Raffa might be good at the hot sauce drinking competition, considering she's, well, a fire type.
That's sort of a little bit like cheating, isn't it?
I doubt there's anything in the rules against that.
And likely there are other fire types.
Yeah, fair point. There are also likely other fire types, so...
I mean, are we gonna, like, pass these items we get around?
I'd say...
I don't know if Rodney's gonna benefit much from having, like, the mochi gloves of mochiness or whatever.
Yeah, well, whatever we win, we'll decide between each other exactly how we want to divvy it out, who we want to give, and we might give it to certain people certain times or certain other people other times. So yeah, this is basically just going to be
And besides, I lean in towards Lucius and I say, I'm a bit worried about the voices that I've just heard, so I'm not sure if I want to participate in anything.
You hear the voice again.
Rodney,
Oh, no.
I'm aware, but if we win first prize, we get a request from the king. That would make getting into the palace and gardens to look for that easier.
You're right.
So we're going to have to try and win at least one of these things.
I mean, if you're really worried, Rodney, we could only sign up for 2 different events, but we have a buddy system going.
You're
Of course,
right.
if that means I'm doing the kimono contest, that means I guess we're dragging Lucius with me.
And I guess if we don't win any of the competitions, I guess we'll have to do it the hard way.
Complicated. Okay, so we'll all definitely do the raffle. I recommend Raffa does... Well, we'll all definitely do the raffle. I recommend Raffa does either kimonos or the hot sauce. Moochie pounding... Honestly, Moochie pounding requires pretty good fingers, so I think Rodney, you'd be good at the...
Requires 2 people as well, though.
Oh, yeah, Moochie requires
So
2
it would
people.
have to be Raffa Rodney or Rodney Raffa or Rodney Henry.
Yeah, Moochie requires... It probably requires one person with quick fingers and one person who's strong, actually.
Yes.
Let's see. The sumo almost definitely requires strength, so...
Only you.
I don't even think I'd be that good at it, if I'm being completely honest, so...
Damn, whatever that is
Yes.
again.
Also, remember, instrumental performance.
Yeah, instrumental...
I am a bard. Right
Yes.
here.
Instrumental performance is definitely going to Henry. There's no argument about that.
So I guess it might be...
So, let's... think.
So if Raffa's going to be in the kimono contest and Henry's going to be in the music contest,
Well-
that just leaves the 2 of us with Mochi, I guess.
Well, we don't... Raffa, what do you think? Would you rather go kimono or would you rather go hot sauce?
I mean, I can have hot sauce anytime.
I guess that one sells it then. Haha.
So you'd rather... So you'd rather go hot sauce than kimono?
No, I would rather do the kimono. It's a new culture. I would love to see what they view is beautiful and how they build their kimonos. It's exciting. I would love to figure that out.
I guess it's settled then. All
Maybe...
of us on raffle. Raffa will be on the kimono thing. Henry will be in music, and I guess me and Lucius will be in Mochi. right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Plus, even if we wanted to try and set me into kimono, I don't know how good I'd look in one, but even if we wanted to set me in there, I'd rather not break the rules.
I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want.
All right. Final
So
answer.
yeah. So yeah, looks like the answer is we'll all participate in the raffle. Henry will do instrumental. Me and Rodney will do mochi, and Rafa will do kimono.
What are you and Rodney? You and Rodney are gonna do the mochi.
Yeah.
All right.
Sora, actually. Sora, do you have anything you particularly are interested in doing?
Oh no, I was never a fan of these kinds of games.
Well, I mean, if you want, you could sing.
I don't play an instrument though.
Yeah, it's specifically an instrument competition. I don't think. I mean, you could try maybe argue a technicality that your voice instrument, but I don't think that would get you very far.
I will use my secret weapon.
What are you using?
The sapphire flute.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's gonna get you some snazzy points for this blue flute here.
Okay.
Yes, the blue flute, where I can freely manipulate water as I do such.
All right, so you're gonna go back to this masquerade and register everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Really wish one of us could go with that kimono contest, though. Oh wait, no, Rafa. Never mind.
The sumo one isn't getting taken.
Yeah, the sumo one isn't getting taken.
All right. So she directs you. Oh no, she takes down your names for each of these events. And Henry and Rodney and Lucius and Raffa all registered. And so you get a complimentary raffle ticket, everyone. And so, just a second.
Wouldn't it be funny if Mimikyu won the raffle?
Oh gosh, I just thought of something hilarious.
Okay, so Rafa, you get 74 raffle ticket. Henry, you get 40. Lucius, you get 22. And Rodney, you get 37.
All right.
All right. You can also buy raffle tickets at 20 gold each. That's the exchange rate for this Naginata money. For, yeah, each raffle ticket is 20 gold. There is 100 of them.
I think we should take 2 extra raffle tickets. Just in case.
All right. Oh God. I gotta keep track of this. Okay, so each of you is gonna buy 2 more.
No, not each of us. Just 2 more as a group.
On who? Who's buying them?
Rafa and Rodney, I guess.
Do you consent to this? Rodney and Rafa?
I guess.
All right, then deduct 20 each.
Consent.
You also get a 71 and a 31. Please keep note of these numbers you get.
All right, I guess I'm in the 70s.
Ugh, 1 out of 100 chances are really bad.
It's okay. Now we have 8 out of 100.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm sorry, I know I have a very important plot point coming up, but I really gotta go 1 second.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go get the kimono.
I mean, I doubt you're going to get to your really soon, so...
It's time to get,
Lucius,
kimono.
you notice your orb is beginning to glow in your bag.
Yep, this way is definitely the right way. We'll have to save that for later since we probably can't get in there right now. Alright, well, we got all our tickets and stuff. Who wants to head? I suppose next we should probably get our kimonos.
Yep, I need to prepare.
Yeah, Raffa especially, you need to figure out exactly what you want to do with your kimono.
All right. So we'll take a trip on down to the kimono place where Team Charm labeled for you on your map. As you enter the doors of this establishment, weird architecture too. It's like has these like really slanted roofs. So but it's kind of like layered. But as you enter this like this like boutique with all these garbs you've seen on Pokemon up to this point. But then there's Lavani who turns around and says,
Turn around, bright.
"Oh, Team Charm told me about you six. Come on in, come on in."
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, we're getting our kimonos.
Okay, cool.
All right. Who's up first?
Anybody want to go in any particular order? Well, actually, Raffa, I think you should go first.
So, any recommendations, dear?
I'd like the colors to be red and yellow.
Ooh, that'll look so fabulous. Anything else, darling?
Well, I've heard that. Well, I've seen some girls going around with a nice headdress.
Headdress. All right. And is that all?
I think so. Maybe some floral patterns as
Ooh,
you do.
floral, so charming. All right. Is that it?
I think so.
All right. So he, she, you can't really tell. It's like Lucius.
It's just like
someone
Lucius.
just like me.
She pulls out this silk and begins like wrapping you around, so you're turning into like a Raffa taco right now, or burrito, should I say? And goes, and at this point, you're so wrapped up, so it's like, but then the Lavani goes with its arms, claws, and it looks like nothing happened. But this was like lightning fast to everyone witnessing this. But then just like the excess silk just falls off, and Raffa is now in a red-yellow kimono with a floral pattern and a headdress. Look absolutely beautiful, darling.
Oh wow, thanks.
Crow, you're apparently supposed to go with Silmondo's voice.
Oh, hi, darling. Come on out. The yellow and black one, darling. Come up, sweetie. Yoo-hoo!
Well, sorry, who are you addressing?
The yellow and black one with the plug on his head.
Oh, Henry, you're next.
I shall make you look absolutely fabulous, darling.
Henry!
Henry died.
Were you not able to hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. Oh, yes. And the thing is, I said, who will go first? I was just, and that would be me.
Okay.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you for a while. Sorry.
Oh, we're getting a little feedback from... I can hear myself. Oh.
Discord microphone.
I'll try and get. I'll get back and get back on my computer.
Oh, okay. So we'll take you, darling. It points to Lucius.
Well, right?
So how would you like to look, darling?
I'm not familiar with your culture that well, so,
Well,
I
you must have
guess-
seen something out on the streets, did you not?
what have I seen out on the streets?
You've seen, various ones that kind of look, maybe blue and pink. It seems red is a very hot color around here. There's kind of...
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, we switched to Lucius while you kind of got your,
Yeah.
your bearings together. You saw what? You saw maybe...
So,
You maybe saw one with, like, kind of like a gold Gyarados on it. Kind of on the trim.
Can I have something... The trees around here, can I have something sort of modeled after the pink trees around here?
Oh, that would be the cherry blossom trees. We can do that. Pink is a good color.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, something like that. Pink with flowing petals, maybe, something like that.
Ooh.
Did he just request pink, Rodney?
So what's wrong about pink?
I didn't think that he wanted that. Is he trying to make it match his necklace?
You look as refreshing as a spring breeze, sweetie. Now, come here. And let's get
Okay.
your dimensions here. And wrap you all up. And yeah, you're in the same burrito Raffa was once in. And cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Wait for it. And then the Levani snaps, and then kind of the fabric falls off, revealing Lucius in this kind of elegant kimono. It kind of looks like he's in a woman's one, though. If there's any, you've seen the women kind of wearing this kind. There you go. You look absolutely fabulous.
All right, thanks.
Next up, you plughead.
Plughead.
Yeah, come up here, Puggy Poo.
I'm the great musician Henry. Do not refer to me as Plughead.
Are you gonna have put ribbons in between those plugs?
Ooh.
Well, since I will not be wearing my scarf, maybe something purple. I'll take this scarf off for preparation.
Let me take that off for you. All right, something purple. Look very regal and royal. Suits you, darling.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other requests? Team Charm spared no expense, so go wild, honey.
Oh well. If so, I would like something. I would like something that would well, go well with this. A headpiece that would go well with this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not from here. Just something that would go well with the purple and the fact that I have, as you stated, a plug head.
Yes. What should we put on the top there? Oh, I've got something. He kind of like tralalas kind of to a back room. It puts this kind of like this sun headpiece on your like plug. So it's kind of like behind you, but it's kind of like this sun. This golden sun. But let's get to work on this. Pulls out some purple fabric. And
If you're wondering what I said, I said the bright red sun is at my back.
But you get wrapped up, and Levani goes, "Hey
Ears!
and chops you up into a beautiful purple kimono with a this kind of like this golden sun headpiece kind of at your back, so it's kind of like protruding out of your where your shoulders would be.
Well, look, see, like this, Rodney. Now you can't hear whatever spooky sounds you were hearing.
Now you're up, darling. Come here. Don't be shy. I won't bite.
Darling?
Called
You just called me darling?
Come on, sweetie.
everybody here has been called darling.
Okay. I'll come up.
Now, what do you want, sweetie?
Just something a little bit more basic and cool. You got anything in, like, dark or navy blue?
Dark or navy? I could do both of those.
Just either one works. Just something a bit more cooler.
Well, judging by that bandana, you like black, do you not?
Well, I do, but I want a little bit more of a color change. Not too dissimilar, but yeah, you know.
Okay, I think I have something perfect for you. Okay, hold still, sweetie. And you get the same treatment. And instead, this Levani goes for kind of like a samurai kind of stance. And then just slashes your burrito, your silk burrito, and waves his or her arm around and kind of sheaths it behind his or her back. And the fabric falls down at your feet, and you're in this kind of black and navy blue striped outfit that the rest of your friends are in.
That was scary. Alright, I can go now.
And just to speed things up, Sora and Mimikyu also get it. But a Mimikyu gets this one over him that kind of looks like there's little Pikachu designs all over it. And Sora gets one where it looks very much like his natural colors. It's very green and pink. You have a wonderful day at the New Year's Festival. Remember,
You too.
come back if you want to see me. And blows a kiss at you.
Okay.
Will
Alright.
do. Thank you.
Yeah. And so you walk outside in your snazzy new kimonos.
You feel your AC
Oh, bow
drop.
to Lord Henry.
You feel your AC drop, exactly.
Oh, what?
You feel your AC drop since you have no armor on right now.
Ah!
Well, I
did
mean,
my
you
armor
don't.
drop?
It doesn't hurt you.
Hyperbole.
Not yet.
Wait, where did our armor class drop to?
It should be, I think it's...
Unarmed for any class that's not monk is 10 plus dex.
Yeah, it's 10 plus dex.
10 plus dex, so I'm at armor class 14.
So-
right
Oh, it's dropped. Oh, it's dropped down
now.
to.
Am I at armor class 14?
Yes, yes.
I'm at armor class 13. Which I was at armor class 16 because of a thing that I was given. But still, I'm at armor class 13 now.
You know, despite it being clothing, for some reason I feel a little bit more naked than usual.
I mean, we don't normally wear clothes, so it's not like we can feel any more naked than naked.
Doesn't make it any less embarrassing to me.
I don't see anything wrong.
Whatever. Where to next?
Let's see. We got our kimonos. I suppose we've got one of two choices. We can maybe head back. It's what time of day is it?
It's about late afternoon.
Late afternoon. I think we should probably head to the inn, make sure we have rooms, stuff like that.
Yeah, a good idea.
We should also try and make it so that we can maybe store our stuff while we're not using it, at least for a while. Try and maybe get a secure room, or maybe, Rodney, you can use your key to make our room secure and just put our stuff away for the duration while we're working.
We can just give it all to Mimikyu.
Oh. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't feel safe right now. That noise is still coming through my ears, isn't it?
Yeah, you've been hearing it every night. It hasn't been like constant, but you've heard it like in intervals, of like 15 minutes or so.
Why won't this noise leave me alone? Ah!
Rodney, calm down. We all heard it. We all went through what you did. Just calm down and relax, and we'll do something about that eventually. For now, let's head to the inn.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah, you can easily locate the inn by following your map. And you get to the registration desk. And you see a metatite behind the desk. It says to you, "Welcome to the Naginata Inn."
Welcome. Can we get Is there enough rooms for about 6 people?
Definitely.
I actually kind of want to share a room.
Well, we're not getting 6 rooms.
Yeah,
That'd be
Oh, for 6 people.
we have a very large room on the top. And fortunately for you, it's for free.
Oh.
A free,
Let me guess.
a free
Courtesy
6-person
of
room. That is, it just happens to be a 6-person room that's free. Totally not suspicious at all.
Well,
Courtesy-
your 3 very attractive friends told us you were coming.
Yeah, courtesy of Team Charm. Figured. Well, thank you.
Here is the key, and it gives you like this little key with a keychain that has a weird symbol on it. It's like red, like a red keychain, and Henry, you could see the symbol, and it just says key. It just says key.
It's just khaki.
Yeah. All right, you have your key.
All right, let's check out the room.
All right, so it's on the top floor, so it's a little bit of a trek up. But you reach your room. Are you going to open the door?
Yes.
All right. So you open the door, and you see this very large room. There's like a few bedrolls on the ground on either side. There is a window kind of displaying Naginata in its glory. You could see what looks like there's kind of like a paper, almost looks like a closet. It looks like it slides though. Like it looks like a sliding door. But you also see that strange looking Meowth from earlier kind of looking at a side desk. Oh, hello.
Well, Rodney's the only one who saw it, so
Yeah.
I can just go ahead and say, hello, do you work for this inn?
No. Could you come in and close the door?
This is about revenge, isn't it?
Revenge? Whatever are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. I'm a little bit, uneased right now.
How'd you get the key to this room?
Oh, no, I snuck in.
Of course you did.
The truth is,
Now, apparently...
I need a little itty bitty favor from you.
From me, of all people?
No, from all of you.
From
Raffa or Rodney, is this your girlfriend?
Please, I'm not his girlfriend.
Is this your cousin Alola, Rodney?
No, I'm...
Hey, stop it.
Are you shutting the door?
Not yet.
Please come in and shut the door.
Okay,
At
shut the
least
door.
do it and make sure that the key does its trick.
I mean,
Okay, yeah, it does.
Lock it with the golden key. Yes.
Oh, okay, so you're locked in here now. All right. The truth is, I know you're acquainted with another person doing a favor for me. Come on out. And Phantom, you can come out of the the closet.
What?
Oh. Hey, Roland.
Phantom!
Phantom?
You're alive?
I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, wait a
You're
minute.
actually alive!
You know what happened?
No.
On the Bruiser.
no, we don't know what happened, but we were pretty sure that
We were
bad
pretty
things
sure
happen.
that all of the people that were on the ship were freaking dead. What are you doing here?
Well, I think that's what our friend here was about to explain.
Oh,
Oh, great.
it's really nice of us to have a nice big ol' reunion, isn't it?
What do you want with Team Shadow?
Team Shadow? What is that, Phantom?
Was our team
What?
name when we were an Explorer team.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't really concern me right now. I notice you were taking a little bit of an interest into the Sacred Garden.
You guys want with that place.
We believe there's something we need to do there, though we're not entirely sure yet. We can't go into any more details than that. We believe
know
there's something.
something's there,
Vague as
but we
possible.
don't
I'm getting a bit familiar with that at this point.
Well, it doesn't help if we don't know anything, Phantom. You know that.
The point is, I need you to go in there and do something for me.
Do something? What exactly?
Oh, it's easy peasy. I just don't want to rely on him alone. No offense, Phantom. But...
I wouldn't rely on any single person alone for this either.
And she pulls out this bag. See inside here? She opens the bag, and there's a bunch of little crystal shards. I need you to spread these crystal shards all over that dungeon.
There's a
Dungeon?
dungeon in the Secret Gardens?
The mystery dungeon is a mystery dungeon.
Good gravy.
Why do you need to place these crystals?
She's not going to explain why, of course, although that would be a very good
You know, he
question.
Well, I should let you on that. On that. All it basically does is lets me see what goes on in there.
Oh, of course. Those people. Good.
I do this myself. I'm quite capable of winning silly little festival games, but the royal family isn't too fond of me, let's just say. And who better to use than a bunch of foreigners? They won't expect a thing. Don't worry, this isn't anything nefarious. I just want to see what goes on in there.
Can we make?
Believe me,
Can we
anyone
make
asking
an?
for favors like that is doing mysterious things.
Can we make an insight? Well, I assume not all of us. Can the two highest whiz people make an insight check at the? I'm not doing
Yes,
anything
can
nefarious.
I do...
Only Lucius gets to make an insight check because he's the only one who said it.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're metagaming.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes,
GLHF.
and you've been metagaming a lot.
Yeah.
We don't. we don't like say it directly, but you've been metagaming a lot.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, I
Ralph.
like to be efficient.
But okay, make your insight roll.
I'm
Okay, I
going
guess
to
it's
use
not
my necklace
interesting.
to re-roll that.
uh,
Pointless.
no, don't make heads or tails of what she's planning here.
Okay, cool.
Forgive me, but things have changed during the past couple of years. Just trust you on a bone like this.
So, you said you want to just hear what's happening in there.
No, I want to see what's happening in there.
Okay, sorry, you want to see what's happening in there. Is there something specific that goes on in there?
Well, okay. You see, the way it works in a mystery dungeon is the time-space continuum is just out of whack in there. And so I can see what happened in there with this means. And I want to see what happened. Something particular.
You want to see what happened at a particular
Mhm.
moment in time.
You can see through
and that
time
information
with
will
that?
be crucial.
You're certainly
How
sharp.
exactly
What was that, Rodney?
could you say that too?
Could you
Do you want to go to a particular point? I don't know. I don't know what to say.
point is, that's what I want. And this is the way things work. You probably want a reward for it. I've already given details to Phantom of what he will get if he helps me out with this, but since you're all acquainted, what do you want? I'm capable of getting lots of information on anything. Outside the boundaries of Naginata.
I just go to the glare at Phantom.
Okay.
Yes. Someone is trying to kill me. I do not know who this person is, and I am very concerned about my safety. Can you give me information on that?
I can do what I can.
Okay, what I want to know about... This is going to sound strange. I want to know about a forest fire that happened a few years ago, involved the parents of two Pokemon who would have been Esper by then, and their parents, at least one of them, would have likely been a Meowstick.
And you? Pointing at you, Rodney.
Of course. And you two are just gonna take her word on that instantly?
Oh, I'm really good at my job.
Really, really good at your job, huh? Oh dear. This is all so tempting. Do I make the petty thing or do I not?
Go ahead and ask the Litten. He's a bit indecisive sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. What do you
I'm
want?
only indecisive. It's a pretty suspicious situation right now, Phantom.
Well, as much as I would like to know about two certain things, I think one of the more pressing things we need to know is how to get to the moon, or what the status of it is.
The moon.
Phantom just gives her this look like she just told him his head is attached upside down.
You know the moon has been doing weird things. Don't give me that look.
All right,
His head like, okay, whatever you say.
All
All
right.
right, I'll go for the petty reason. The incredibly petty reason. Maybe you could figure out if, the Wigglytuff would accept an apology from me.
I don't have to
I'm
do
serious.
anything to know that, yes, they will.
They will? Oh, thank goodness. Alright, better start working on that letter, assuming that I live. Other than that, I'm not sure what I want.
You could ask about a certain bodyguard we know.
Bodyguard?
Who's metagaming now?
Hey, that was literally one of the two things I wanted to ask about, but I put the moon on the top priority as number 3 to 1.
I really do not know what to think about. Anyone got any ideas? I really don't have any of my own.
Well,
Someone
Matt,
can fill me in for their second one, okay?
Okay.
Raffa's
I guess I can take care of that one then.
Okay, what do you
Go
want?
ahead.
The other two members of my team, my team members, a Geodude, a Mindfu, and a Luxray.
That shouldn't be too hard. Locating people is never too hard. And if I can't, they're probably... Well, let's just hope I can find where they are.
What about me? I'm a tepig in my chopped liver.
No, they're still okay.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
joking around.
All right. So I take it we have a deal then.
very well. Yeah, we have a deal.
Okay.
You can call me Botan, by the way.
Botan. Alright. And then I'll just, no, probably not yet.
And so,
Botan. Botan. That's a weird name, admittedly. No offense, no offense.
well, I don't think your name's any better. She says to you, very scornfully.
Point taken.
So, the means in which you can do this is... I already saw you register for those festival games. Just make sure you win and request access to the Sacred Garden. Do not mention me, otherwise they'll deny your request. That's why I wanted to meet here.
And I guess if we don't win any of the contests, we'll just have to go in the hard way. Sneaking in.
Mm-hmm.
We're good at doing things
On
like
that
that,
one
aren't we,
working.
Phantom? So that's why you're here.
This is. I don't think we're getting in without the king's permission.
No, we don't. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to sneak in ourselves. Just like old times, huh?
well, I don't know. Is he in a game?
We both were in a game together.
No, Raffa's asking if Phantom is in any of the festival games.
Got it taken care of.
Right on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Disregard what I said earlier then.
Okay,
If
we have a deal then.
if you don't, we'll have to do something a little more risky, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I agree. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
All right.
Looks like we're Okay.
Enjoy Naginata. Toodles.
Dang.
She just kind of leaves your room nonchalantly.
Jumping out the window.
Well,
we
Phantom.
locked the door.
Oh, right. Yeah, she jumps out the window. How she got in the first...
Well, Phantom, it looks like we'll be working together again. Fun, huh?
Get
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh, sorry. Looks like it.
Don't think I'm happy about it.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you're even alive. What happened to the rest of everybody on the ship? Are they all okay?
That's exactly what I want to know.
Actually, what I want to know as well.
How
Honest,
would
I'm
you-
not entirely sure what happened.
Well, as far as we know, we're the only survivor from the ship.
How if you were on the ship, how would you not know what happened?
Moment I was trying to break some of my teammates out of the prison cell, and the next moment I woke up on
Oh,
the
yeah.
beach.
Oh yeah. You remember when the people started fighting each other?
You mean when the pirates started fighting the crew?
Well, all of a sudden, most everyone on board was fighting each other for no apparent reason.
Considering it
And
sounds
our
like
first and our first priority was mainly to just get off the ship so we didn't get ourselves killed. I hope you understand.
I
sounds
remember
like
this.
sounds like whatever happened caused you to just suddenly blink out.
Yeah, whatever did
Ah.
happen, I'd like to know.
I don't know if I mentioned this for you, but Robin, Narm, and Colm are okay. It was pretty hard to get you to Naginata, so you're the only one here.
I figured.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're here, then maybe there's hope that the rest of the passengers survived as well.
You know,
There are
honestly,
a
I
couple
didn't
of
want to
my-
go to Naginata. It's just something.
Anyways,
I'm
what were
not
you
in
saying?
The other
that
members
weeb
of
shit.
A few of the other members of my team made it off as well, but not all of them.
Well, you made it off, so with any and all luck, they're still alive as well.
Been up on them.
Yeah. Hopefully that Meowth is everything they say they are, and you can find them.
You know, well, I guess it's time to start writing that apology note that's been a long time coming for 4 years. I just say out loud as I go try to find a pencil and pen.
You're not garbed in anything, right, Phantom? You're just kind of old trust.
Phantom is wearing a male kimono patterned like the night sky.
Okay.
So what competition are you in? What competition are you in, Phantom?
Just gonna stick with the raffle, I think.
Yeah, just the raffle?
Those aren't really compatible with my abilities.
Phantom, I forgot to give you this, but
You forgot?
well,
sounds like you're in another cup.
oh, wait.
Your number is 5,000.
Oh no.
That's either absolutely useless or an automatic win.
Yeah. So you've actually stolen a few from some unsuspecting patrons. You got 62, 24, 18. Yeah, well, you can see them. 56 and 17.
Let's make sure that... Okay, no, good. That's
Yeah.
none of our numbers.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, did I find my pen and pencil yet?
I mean, well, first off, you could borrow one of mine, and second, I mean, you could try and illusion yourself into the kimono contest, but if that breaks, then you'd probably have a lot of angry Pokemon on your head.
There's also
That's
the
why
sumo
I decided
contest,
not
too.
to do it.
Yeah, same here. I could maybe pretend to be a girl and get in the kimono contest, but if anybody finds out, then
Never mind.
You
were
look
gonna say
like
it probably
Trapani's younger sister.
Were you gonna say that it probably wouldn't be too hard? I'm not gonna force him to do anything that he doesn't want to do.
Anyway,
Now, where is that people?
how long? So the the festival games take place the next day, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yep.
well, I'd say let's meet back tomorrow let's all meet back in this room, and hopefully one of us managed to win something, and if so, we can, whether we win or lose, we can all come back here and decide what to do next.
Where's the library?
By the way, did the Roland go away yet?
No, you can still hear it.
Good lord.
You and Lucius hear it.
Meanwhile, Lucius is just ignoring it.
Lucius, can I borrow a pen and pencil? A pen and paper?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna write my apology letter well and quick.
Seriously
fast.
gonna try to make up with that guy?
You know, honestly, it's been a long time coming for the past 4 years. I think it's more than long enough to stop holding a grudge. And besides, I was more upset about that stupid bird friend of his anyway. Oh god, I really hope he's not serious.
That guy's a real piece of work.
I know! Oh, I know! It's just always like, oh, to get it. Does Wigglytuff does anything for himself, I wonder?
Everyone give me a perception roll.
Oops.
Of course.
No.
13, my lucky number.
Okay. That will be D20 plus 4. That will make 15. There we go.
You all kind of, looking out the window, you see a statue that looks like it was decimated. Like it looks like a big, like kind of like a large monument, but it looks like it was like deliberately destroyed. Just kind of
That's
like
not a...
The heck
Down in
happened
the
over
square
there?
or something?
yeah, just kind of some architecture over to like the side. It looks like a statue that was just kind of like destroyed recently by something.
The heck happened over there?
That is the song of foreboding.
Actually, Phantom, you know what it is? It was a statue of the Traitor Prince.
Of
That.
the tr-
The
Right, they
traitor
didn't
We cut off
remove that.
Oh, what was it?
of
Dr.
This
Glynn
of
made
the
it shut off
traitor
again.
prince.
Gosh dang it, can I stop cutting off maybe?
Okay, you've been good for a couple of seconds. Let's see if you can continue.
That. I think that might be related to what we're doing in the Mystery Dungeon, actually.
What we're doing?
Exactly what?
There was a... trying to remember the details.
I could
Prince
summarize
is-
it if you want me to.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So Phantom relays to you that the king of Naginata, King Harokata, his 3 sons went into the sacred garden to train, but they got separated at some point, and the youngest apparently saw the second in line kill the first in line. And after that, the prince who was second in line was incarcerated and awaiting punishment, but he somehow escaped. And now all mention of him throughout Naginata is just kind of being like removed. They don't want to acknowledge him at all.
And that Meowth wants us to put crystal shards over the place to go to a point in time?
Wants to look back in time. Well, I can't be
Oh.
sure about this, but I suspect
They
she
want to
wants
go
to look back to the moment when that alleged murder happened and see what really happened.
Oh my gosh. That's
That
actually
makes
not a
sense.
bad idea.
If we didn't have to figure out the moon, that was one of the things I wanted to ask about. Was about the dungeon. What happened there?
So it isn't something creepy and sinister and wrong.
I mean,
Good.
murder's pretty creepy, sinister, and wrong.
Well, at least we're not thieving or murdering someone ourselves, are we? Are we, Phantom?
No,
We're
we're just
concerned about thieving.
Considering what we've been through, probably a little bit.
we're just spreading some crystals, I guess.
Yes,
in
we're
order
just
for
spraying some
that.
crystals. We do not want any trouble, nothing to ruin our reputations.
And
Okay.
then what we're searching for is probably in there as well, so
I said, okay, Phantom?
Well, we're in the dungeon anyway.
Sora's
So that makes you get away from trouble, huh?
kind of rummaging through that kind of side table that Botan was, and he says, "Is this the royal family?" Looking at this picture.
I'll
And
look at the picture.
okay, what you see is this. You see this like Caesar like decked out in like the kind of like armor almost.
this is going already.
Along with his natural armor, and next to him you see 3 Scyther. All of them look familiar, but well, they look similar, but one looks familiar. The one in the middle is Ape.
I saw that coming the moment you said Scizor, I saw that coming.
And that's where
Wait
we'll
a
leave
moment.
things off.
Hey, Pay?
The
Oh
moment
my
you said
God, I
Scizor,
remember.
I immediately coming.
Why am I connected to all these famous people somehow?
I don't understand. Oh no. Also, Ape's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he would miss his dark hero if he was here.
Yes, because his dark hero is.
I mean, he's only a little bit of important. He just gave the group its name.
Yes.
Okay.
I think at this point we should probably tell people that now this is the time where continuity lockout begins.
I mean, arguably, continuity lockout is this entire thing.
But now this is taking another step up.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
It's all settled in. All right. I guess we'll end this session off, and we'll see the surprise phantom that we did at the very end to bamboozle you guys.
You got me. I wasn't expecting this.
All right. So I guess it's not really a spoiler saying the next episode's name is Let the Games Begin.
Let the games begin.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see you all in 2 weeks and see how this contest works out for these people and how the favor from the king turns out, considering who it is. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
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 Right.
See ya!